You gotta tune into my girl, Moja. She got the tea, got the juice, got the soda. She got the interviews.
Hi guys, it's your girl Moja. You know how I do a positive vibe, positive energy. Now, today is going to be a day packed with information on this interview. And I would like to say thank you to one of our viewers for sending me this lovely, lovely tweet. Can you all tell what this is? Leave the name of it in the comment section for that. And I want you to remember that we have Kitty Corner where we read the breadfruit tree. Now there are prizes to be gotten if you get the questions right on Kitty Corner. So go to the YouTube page or the TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook page where you can answer the question. There's a coloring book and the book, the reading book of it, as a prize as well. Today we have in our midst, keep him, yes, Crazy Hands Rollins. Now, for those of you who don't know who he is or what he has done for Trinidad and Tobago or where he has represented Trinidad and Tobago, I need you all to stay tuned. Grab a snack, get your chair, sit down, and let's be introduced to the man himself, Mr. Rollins. Welcome.
That's it. Thank everybody to, tuning in and also be a part of this lovely. Thank you so much for having me.
So welcome to Up Close and Personal. We'll get up close and personal with you. All right. So we're starting the thing one time. All right. Why dance?
Dance is life. Dance saved me so many times as I growing up. Based on inspiration, shout out to my dad for rest his soul. He actually inspired me to actually start dancing because he used to say when he was growing up, he always wanted to be a dancer, but he never got the opportunity to.
Right.
So he actually pursued himself as a DJ. So his DJ name was DJ Rock. Shout out to Library because that's where he originated from.
Mm-hmm.
And basically dance for me because of him. He actually showed me this legendary, God bless his soul as well, Mr. Michael Jackson.
Yes, I know that's your inspiration.
Yeah, because my dad showed him doing his world tour in London.
Mm.
So when I saw that video on DVD, that's when DVD was DVD. I was amazed to see this individual upropt the whole stadium with thousands, millions of people looking at this one person singing and dancing. Because when I was younger, I used to sing before.
Mm.
That was my passion first. At the age of 3, I started singing. And then when my dad was like, yo, you can sing and dance, I was like, yeah. So that was my mission. My mission was to be a performer, entertainer. I'm a singer, also a dancer. And at the age of 13, when puberty hit, my voice had to get deeper.
Right.
I got discouraged. So no more singing.
No more singing.
And just keep on dancing.
Right.
So next year, Gospel Life, I will be having my 20th dance career anniversary. So it's 19 years I've been dancing. Because it shows the elevation of my dance career. Just keep on uprising, which I was grateful for. And again, based on the work ethic that I did, it helps, network with other dance organizations and dancers as well. So when it is I actually get the opportunity to dance on Synergy, other dancers from different locations and platforms was like, yo, where you come up from? We never see you or heard from you. So when they actually saw the talent, that's when the networking comes and, dance with different people, dance with artists as well, because in Synergy, people seeing you as well, like watching on TV, or even the audience was actually artists and creatives as well. So when actually seeing you presenting yourself, that is where people want to book you for events and such. So that was a great opportunity for me.
Mm.
So I got a lot of events, I got a lot of bookings, and yeah, that was a really powerful moment for me.
Tell us about you starting Unstoppable4ce United. And before wait, I want all you to see, and for those of you on the radio, This gentleman has on his Unstoppable4ce United. Let me tell you something. If you're not supporting yourself and your business in this kind of way, then you're not supporting yourself. You understand? He is his biggest cheerleader. He is wearing a jacket with his insignia on it, right? So tell us now about how you got Unstoppable4ce United started.
Okay, so U for You, which is short for Unstoppable4ce United, was founded by myself and two other guys, which is Sean Bonaparte, which is my cousin, and another co-founder, which is Shohol Bokaj. Our goal was we saw a lot of talent in the central area because we used to practice in a park called Saint Park, which is a public park, and we was like, yo, we want to actually create something that we will unify all the dancers, not just in Central, but the overall, right? So before the name was Unstoppable, that was the actual name first. And then Shobol say, yo, I was listening to this quote on this song, which from Neo, he have a quote in a song say, we are a movement by ourselves, but we are force when we together. So he was like, yo, I want that with the name. So he actually take the force and add it on in the Unstoppable, but instead of we spell it F-O-R, he just put the number 4 to make it unique.
Right.
So we end up starting to go with Unstoppable Force now. Moving forward now, I was like, okay, since it is we have a name, that's something missing. And I was like, okay, we want to unify other dance perspective as in different culture, different dance groups, different dance genres, different dance individuals, duos, trios. That's why we want everybody to be welcome at our organization. Yeah. And that is where the United come from. So that is why we merge it now and call it Unstoppable4ce United. Right? Started on September 16, 2011. We actually started that the first day when we actually rent St. Mary's Community Center, where we said we want a space where everybody could just come and just dance. No rules, no judgment. You just come on that day. When music play, you express yourself as well, which is Unstoppable4ce United. This year make it 13 years we exist. And yeah, dance saved my life because it does just make me feel free. It express how I am, who I am, and based on, life itself, it's just the expression through life. So yeah.
And do you think somebody could tell through your dance when you're happy or when you're sad or when you're confused about something? Do you think your body language, dance that is interpreted?
Yeah, most definitely, because I mean, like how dance express emotions. So we'll have moments where when I actually express myself through dance, I just literally show the different emotions, whether it's happy, excited, sad, angry. It does actually show it in body language. So you're actually correct with that. I too just shock myself as well because when I do dance, expressing different emotions, a lot of new stuff does express in movement. And then, while in the moment you wouldn't know what you're doing because you're so free and expressing so
uninhibited.
Much. Correct. So when it is like, if you probably by video recording or something, I actually see myself dancing after the fact that I expressed myself, I would be like, wow, that's how I was, So it was literally, shock yourself at times, but it's a great feeling overall.
You know what comes to mind when you say that? Now, a lot of people bash Beyonce and they talk about she's possessed and that kind of thing. But then when you say something like this to me, it makes me realize that perhaps she becomes so free that she's not studying her facial expressions at that point in time. She's not studying what her body, to control the body, but to let herself be free in movement. It's in that point in time, it's just her alone on that stage with her thoughts and her emotions and everything, just doing whatever comes naturally to her.
Yes, because people need to understand that dance speaks in movement. So mind, body, and spirit, once it is that you show movement and actually expressing yourself, dance itself speaks. So even not just in movement but in music as well. So any music played, because of the body movement, we actually talking by body movement. So like a perfect example, if somebody said in a song, I love to fly, we will do a movement that express fly.
Right.
So that is basically how dance speaks to, itself when it is we move, you know.
Okay. What type of dance do you do? So I know you have like your church dance, and then you have like ballet, and then you have, Best Village dance. So what type of dancing do you do?
Well, to be honest, the first dance style that took me by storm first was hip hop, because based on the inspiration from Michael Jackson, his genre was popping and locking, because he used to, before he used to go solo in Jackson 5, he used to do a lot of locking. So I got inspired by watching him dancing, popping and locking, and that basically the first style that I ended up starting, which is hip hop. And then everybody knows me for that, especially after watching Michael Jackson. I saw the movies like You Got Served, The Step Ups, Breaking, which was a big powerful movie.
Right.
Right. And then after that, I actually represent the country in 2012. And
Wait, don't tell them that yet. Don't tell them that yet.
Right. But because of doing hip hop, that inspired me to expand my brand, and because I created my dance organization where I want to, not just expand my brand but actually educate like the upcoming creative, the upcoming dancers. As a leader, you have to be versatile. So that's why I end up doing different styles like dancehall, Afro, soca, classical Indian, African. So I have to be all rounded now than just sticking to one genre that everybody knows me as. So yeah.
Now you said something just now, popping and locking, and I see you do that. Right? What is locking? And I know I'm not the only one that's asking the question. We have people tuning in here on the live. They must say, what the hell is locking?
Right. So popping is basically using the tension of your muscles. So when you actually do that, they're actually showing that vibration with your muscles. Locking is actually showing like the lock, like you get stiff. So you show tension and then you
stiffen up.
Yes.
So now you know what popping and locking is in dance. If you didn't know, now you know. Like and follow for more. Alright, so I just get serious after a while.
Right.
Okay, so do you think, right, that enough people see dance as a career? Let's stay in Trinidad and Tobago. Do you think that we here as a country see dance as a career?
Sadly, no, because this was basically how to put it, right? It was a challenge for us, especially in the dance community, because as much as we want to express ourselves and show passion through dance, it always was not passionate enough for the viewers to see it as. People think it is just a hobby. But for us, it could be beyond that. Yeah, so we as the dance community now we have to push ourselves to become as a career that we want it to be. Right? Yes, it's not viewed as a career, but because of the fact that we love it so much and we're passionate of doing so, that is where, most of us just travel internationally to get our degrees in dance, so that way when we do come back in Trinidad, we actually could teach in schools, because I see schools now doing dance as a curriculum now. That is one. And two, most of us have our own dance schools. So even though that we're not teaching at like government schools, we actually have our schools, so we can actually teach who that love true dance and actually help them in it as a career, because it have some upcoming dancers seeing themselves as career dancers as well. And that is why us as the leaders have to push them and have it in their mindset, okay, if you want to pursue dance, it have programs that you could take so you could get certified, so that way in case I could get gigs, not just in national but regional and internationally. You have a dance bio, you have a dance reel that we just call. People will see your work, because you have to show that work in order for people to take you to that extent for you to work with them.
Right. So you
Yeah,
want to be taken seriously.
correct. Yeah,
So you entered your first competition at the age of 16.
correct. Is right.
What was that like for you?
It was mind blowing. It was so mind blowing because that was like an open door for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I started my career, before I used to say, okay, I was the only person dancing in Trinidad. That's how my mindset was. Till one day, I saw this group where we used to have this show called Rising Stars, Digital Rising Star. This group called Hellbreakers,
Mm-hmm.
right? So funny enough, that same group lived like 5 minutes away by me,
And you didn't know
and
that?
I didn't know that. So one day, while I was on my way home, I saw one of the members and I was like, yo, I know your face from somewhere, You does dance? He was like, yes, I'm the leader of, Hellbreakers and stuff. I said, really? So I turned to fan mode. I was like, yay, I saw you on TV. I'm a huge fan. And he was like, true. And I said, yeah. And he was like, do you dance? I said, yeah. So I showed him what I could do and stuff. He said, okay, you have potential. Hey, what? Take my number and we go move forward from there. And from that, I took his number. We started talk. That time we didn't have no WhatsApp yet.
Wait, just a pause. So if we didn't have no WhatsApp and them kind of thing, you show him what you could do right there on the spot.
On the spot, yeah.
So you started up in the middle of
in public.
Government Road, doing all your moonwalk and whatever.
Correct. Yes.
Mini audition happening right there and people just watching how they like all them mad.
Correct.
No music in the background.
Cars passing, traffic lights. Yeah, it was in public right in our junction in St. Mary's. And he was like, okay, you have potential. And I think that he literally saw that passion and also confidence because we was in public. People would be like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And he saw that and said, yeah, he could make it something. He could make something with himself. And about the next 2-3 days, he called and said, we have racers, You interested?
Wow.
And I was like, yeah. And I take it from
now
there.
That is a true success story. That right there is a true success story. Now, we're moving on from 16 years old now because now you're making your TV debut on Synergy. What was that like?
In 2012, which was my first time flying and also representing Trinidad and Tobago in dance, I was lucky enough to be part of the national team.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time that I went to Las Vegas. It was a great experience because that was the year that I actually reached the top 16 in the world in my category.
Whoa!
Yeah, so in the popping category, it was 54 of us, and I reached the top 16 for that.
That's commendable.
Yeah. So
why wasn't that on the news though?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Right, so it was a great experience for me being the first time traveling as well, making that Mecca.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a historical moment for me, and that same year I actually won the popping competition locally with a competition called Dance Against Crime that hosted for me Electric Breakers. They used to have a show every Boxing Day. So that was a great year for me. 2012 was my year that I was saying, right? Then the other year when I went away again to represent the same competition, that's when it moved to Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
I didn't make it to the top 16, but the networking was so big that a lot of countries knows my name.
Right.
Because I make a huge impact by networking, dancing into dance ciphers, interacting with different dancers in different countries. So my name was expanded. Yeah. And then before COVID, I actually get represented to another country in Europe. That's where I went to the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first time in that competition. Shout out to Adrian Daniel. He was the chief director of Hip Hop Unite that actually selected the national team to go to Holland. And it was a mind breaking for me. They was actually the first year that I actually bring members of my dance organization to witness some international level dancers. Because we always discuss it during rehearsals and classes and stuff, but they never get the experience. That's how I get the experience. So when it is I actually introduce them to say, hey, I want you to travel with me, and they did. They say, yeah, I understand why it is they push us, how they always push us, and they saw the international level that when I came back from my first experience, I actually started dancing internationally, teaching in an international mindset as well, because I don't want my dancers who under the organization or even who not dance with me, I'll always give them, that love and that courage to say, okay, don't dance just local.
Right.
Watch that you can reach the stars and reach an international level, you know?
You know what I like about what it is you're saying to me? The inclusivity. You're not gatekeeping. You're not telling them about international competition because you want to be able to say that you're the only one that has represented Trinidad on this level. You're not doing that. You're actually pushing them.
Yeah.
And again, as we're talking about networking, right now we're on a live. And on this live, I'm seeing people like Javello. I'm seeing Jafaya TDI. I'm seeing others who are also artists that would be able to communicate with you, if should they need whatever. And then if they don't, they also know other artists who might be looking, and that's how networking happens.
Exactly.
You understand?
And you see with networking, that is the goal to actually achieve everything, not just in dancing, music, in drama, to any entertainment entity. Because once it is that you network and you actually share that awareness to everyone, that's why people know your work. And, well, from being in this competition at the age of 16 to expand to go on Synergy, that was another deal breaker for me because it shows the elevation of my dance career just keep on uprising, which I was grateful for. And again, based on the work ethic that I did, it helps, network with other dance organizations and
Right.
dancers as well. So when it is I actually get the opportunity to dance on Synergy, other dancers from different locations and platforms was like, yo, where you come from? We never see you or heard of from you. So when they actually saw the talent, that is when the networking comes and,
Right.
dance with different people, dance with artists as well, because in Synergy, people seeing you as well, like watching on TV, or even the audience was actually artists and creatives as well. So when actually seeing you presenting yourself, that is where people want to book you for events and such. So that was a great opportunity for me. So I got a lot of events, I got a lot of bookings, and yeah, that was a really, really powerful moment for me.
Tell us about you starting Unstoppable4ce United. And before wait, I want all you to see, and for those of you on the radio, this gentleman has on his Unstoppable4ce United. Let me tell you something. If you're not supporting yourself and your business in this kind of way, then you're not supporting yourself. You understand? He is his biggest cheerleader. He is wearing a jacket with his insignia on it. Right? So tell us now about how you got Unstoppable4ce United started.
Okay, so U for You, which is short for Unstoppable4ce United, was founded by myself and two other guys, which is Sean Bonaparte, which is my cousin, and another co-founder, which is Siobhan Bocage. Our goal was we saw a lot of talent in the central area because we used to practice in a park called Saint Park, which is a public park, and we was like, yo, we want to actually create something that we will unify all the dancers, not just in Central, but overall, right? So before the name was Unstoppable, that was the actual name first. And then Shogun say, yo, I was listening to this quote on this song, which from Neo, he have a quote in a song say, we are a movement by ourselves, but we are force when we together. So he was like, yo, I want that with the name. So he actually take the force and add it on in the Unstoppable, but instead of we spell it F-O-R, he just put the number 4 to make it unique.
Right.
So we end up starting to go with Unstoppable Force now. Moving forward now, I was like, okay, since it is we have a name, that's something missing. And I was like, okay, we want to unify other dance perspective as in different culture, different dance groups, different dance genres, different dance individuals, duos, trios. That's why we want everybody to be welcome at our organization. And that is where the United come from. So that is why we merge it now and call it Unstoppable4ce United, right? Started on September 16, 2011. We actually started that the first day when we actually rent St. Mary's Community Center, where we said we want a space where everybody could just come and just dance. No rules, no judgment. You just come on that day. When music play, you express yourself.
What more do you think can be done to take dance to another level here in Trinidad and Tobago?
Unity. We gotta keep the unity because at the end of the day, dance is love. Dance is something where we have to spread the positive influence, especially how we have upcoming looking at us as leaders, you know. Because when I was growing up, we have leaders and we look up to them. Now we are leaders. We have to let the other generations who look at us, looking at us as leaders, we have to inspire them. We have to keep on motivating them, encouraging them, be active and consistent because you can't be consistent and expect people to see that you're not doing anything. You have to show that consistency. And I feel like the dance community needs to be together. I know, yes, we have the different organizations and they have their own way of teaching, which is great. I'm not saying everybody can be the same, but it's great to actually have everybody together because we're really doing one thing, which is dance.
Correct.
You understand?
And we have been saying that even with the artists that have graced us with their presence, you know, everybody keeps calling for the same thing. Unity, unity, unity. But guess what? It has brought us to the end of our segment, right? And I would just like to thank you so much for coming, being open like your dance, you know, free, telling us exactly what it is we wanted to hear, and not just us, but for those who wanted to hear what you have to say today. Thank you so much for coming. And guys, you heard it here first on Up Close and Personal with Moja on Global FM Reggae Radio, bringing music from around the globe to you.
She got the interviews from all over, so don't say that